sell in May and go away. May 2023 was the perfect example of why we should not follow blindly anyone on social media, paid or free services. Hey there, Tom here from FIBONACCI'S.com. You read the daily market recap, in this case also the monthly recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends. Let's see what May brought us. So May is also behind us. SPY closed with a doji above the 417, 420, still a tough resistance. If we go zoom out to the monthly, 424 is the next resistance, 409 is the support, 424 is the 618 Fibonacci retracement from this downtrend, bounce, retraced all the way to the 618. Let's see if June we can break up and above towards the 445. Always zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view of price action. QQQ, as we suggested yesterday's video, we will get some kind of a pullback. Now this white trend line on the daily needs to hold, otherwise we are going towards this gap over here at the 333 area. On the monthly, very strong month, bullish month on the Qs. Let's see if we can get continuation towards the 370. Now 340 and 330 are the risk levels. Dow Jones managed to close above the 330 on the monthly. Zoom out, we can see 330 to the downside, 342 to the upside. Basically, Dow Jones since beginning of 2023, not much of a price action, very tight price action. The red trend line needs to hold, otherwise we are going towards 320 and 306. We have a slight gap over here at the 322. We can see it on the daily. IWM on the daily holding this red trend line. If we zoom out on the monthly, 170 is a very important level of support, as we can see since December of 2022. 170 is holding, 180 is a tough resistance. Let's see where IWM, the small caps, will take us for the rest of 2023. Below 170 we are going towards 162. Below 162 we can see IWM towards 143. 180 to the upside is the resistance to look at. Above it we can get a bull run towards 200. SOXX, as we suggested yesterday's video, some kind of a pullback will be healthy at this point, and here we are below 478. Now looks like we are going towards this 460, closing this gap, because we know that more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. Below 460 we are going 447. Below this one we are going to fill this gap at the 433. 447 needs to hold from resistance, needs to act as support. Zoom out to the monthly, we can clearly see uptrend channel since October, and as long as this channel is holding, use this channel as your roadmap for future price action. All we have to do is follow price, zoom out, zoom in, use levels and trend lines. Oil with its worst month since September 2022, now 66 needs to hold, otherwise 56, 45 and 34 to the downside. 76, very tough resistance. It held support over here, it was resistance over here during July of 18. So if oil wants to go back up, 76 will be a very tough resistance. On the daily, downtrend until proven otherwise. 64 needs to hold, otherwise we are going to retest this blue trend line. Trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. They are also our roadmap for future price action. Then we can take Fibonacci to give us levels and prices for next support. Apple on the daily 2 consecutive dojis. We have this gap to the downside. In my opinion, this gap will get filled tomorrow or Friday during this week. Then we are going to retest this white trend line. Let's see if 170 will hold, otherwise this gap will get filled. And the monthly, very bullish month, and an Apple 176 resistance. Look left, resistance, 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 resistance. Now once again resistance. Can we get a push towards all-time highs, or are we going to retest the 167 together with this red trend line as support? Meta and the monthly, very strong bull trend on Meta since November. No stopping on Meta. 268 now needs to break up and above. Next will be the 300, and then we are going towards 339. Let's clean the chart. We take Fibonacci, swing high, swing low. Now 282 will be the next resistance. Above it, all-time highs 222, and the monthly needs to hold. On the daily, we have this uptrend channel. We have the gap since February 3rd. Let's see if bulls of Meta can break up and above, closing the gap at the 316, or just grinding up inside this uptrend channel. Netflix, bullish month. 400 needs to break up and above. This 400 is the 618 retracement. Swing high, swing low. 618 Fibonacci retracement area. Rejected the price, as we can see on the daily. 2 consecutive dojis below a trend line. 381 needs to hold, otherwise 360 to the downside, breaking above this red trend line. 412, 454 to the upside, and the monthly above 401. We are going towards 412 is the next major test for bulls. Nvidia, perfect example. Another perfect example of why trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. If you follow me on Twitter and you saw previous videos on the weekly reviews, you know these trend lines. And here we are, this blue trend line, rejected price. Now let's see, 341, and the monthly needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going towards this gap over here on the daily at the 314. On the daily, of course, we have this yellow trend line that needs to act as support after it acted as a very nice resistance for the higher highs. Follow price, use levels, trend lines, zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view of price action. Tesla on the monthly, 157, 160 area, very important support since February, 4 months of support. 210 to the upside, basically very tough resistance, as we can see also since February. Price of Tesla bouncing between the 157 and the 210, breaking below the 157, this gap over here on the daily, we can see it clearly, and the 146 will get filled, breaking up and above the 210 together with this white trend line. We are going towards 246 and 313, as we can see on the daily. Tesla bulls are back. 210 needs to break up and above, then 227, and then we are going towards this gap at the 263. Amazon, very nice bull run in May. Lucky we did not hear to all those furrows that told us sell in May and go away. Then we might have missed this 14% to the upside on Amazon. Now next resistance will be the 130, as we can clearly see on the daily. Amazon uptrend until proven otherwise. We don't need even Fibonacci to tell us. We can see that Amazon is in an uptrend. We have this gap over here, and we know that more than 80% of all gaps will get filled. But for now, Amazon uptrend until proven otherwise. 116 needs to hold, otherwise 110 to the downside. AMD, let's clean the chart. We take Fibonacci on the monthly, swing high, swing low, all the way to the 130 Fibonacci level, rejected. 107 needs to hold on the monthly. On the daily, if we zoom in, we have a gap at the 109 AMD back inside the uptrend channel. We can take Fibonacci also on the daily. 116 needs to hold, failing to do so. 109, this gap will get filled. As we can see, we don't need volume, we don't need any other indicators to let us know where price came from, and with high probability where price might be heading next. Microsoft, almost all-time highs. 4% from all-time highs. And I ask, where are all the bears? Where are all the furrows that since March telling us and scaring us that the market is going to crash 25-30% to the downside? Since March, Microsoft from 250 to 330. Bull run on Microsoft, and as it looks, nothing will stop Microsoft until it will reach all-time highs, probably during summer. On the daily, 335 resistance, 321 needs to hold. Failing to hold, we are going to close this gap at the 316 and maybe retest the red trend line as support, because this red trend line held very nice resistance for the higher highs since October. Google, perfect example of why we should not follow anyone blindly on social media. Everyone told us sell in May, go away, and same as Amazon, Google gained 14-15% during May, breaking above this long-term trend line. Now let's see where Google might be heading next. All we have to do, take Fibonacci above the 618, the 120 area. Next will be the 132. 120 needs to hold as support, otherwise we are going 117 and closing this gap at the 112, 113, which in my opinion, and it's only my opinion, might be healthy to fill this gap before the next leg up towards 132 and all-time highs at the 150 area. Bitcoin on the monthly, April doji. Now we had May to the downside, 26,400 needs to hold, otherwise we are going towards 23,500. And on the daily, once again, orange trend line failing to hold. Looks like we are going towards 25,400 area. Ethereum on the monthly, 2 consecutive dojis, but overall in an uptrend. 618 retracement. The 1913 area, tough resistance. Can Ethereum bulls break up and above towards 22,880 and the 2800s? On the daily, 19 resistance, 1850 support. Follow price, use levels and trend lines as your roadmap for future price action. Also, don't forget, always zooming out, zooming in to get a better point of view of price action. Ethereum on the weekly, uptrend until proven otherwise. Bitcoin on the weekly, 26,400, very important level of support. Breaking down and under, we have all the levels to the downside, and all this area, the 30,000 between the 28,500 to the 30,000. Tough resistance. Above it, in my opinion, we will get bull run towards 46,600. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Don't forget to check the links in the description below for more educational resources. Until the next video, stay safe.